More than 100 protesters are barricaded inside Hong Kong's university, surrounded by police as the standoff now enters its third day. Protesters inside the Polytechnic University are running low on supplies. Demonstrators have been inside the campus since last week, initially preventing police from clearing them out. Some are too scared to leave, others fear they'll be arrested. The protesters have 5 demands, including an investigation into police brutality and universal suffrage. Stuart Ramsey has more.
There are no police in here whatsoever, but there are quite a few protesters, and I'll come back to them in a minute. But we're in the main concourse. Look here, this is where they were preparing for battle. There's lots of Molotov cocktails with alcohol, etc., that you would expect to see, but there's also a huge amount of chemicals, very strong smell in the air. We don't know what it is. We know that from our colleagues who were in here beforehand that they were mixing all sorts of substances, and these were all going to be thrown at the police whenever there was a sort of confrontation. Now, that final confrontation could still take place. As it stands now, though, negotiators are in here and they are trying to get to the various groups of students and persuade them that they need to come out. Many of them had basically said they hadn't left so far because they didn't want to be arrested and that they were blocked inside. They also say that if they were trying to get out, there was a very good chance that they would be shot at by the police. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But you can see there's sort of people in all of this detritus of what has been a pretty horrendous fight here. But most of the protesters have now gone. We believe at least 100 or so are in here, and I was talking to a protester who's waiting for his lawyer to come and tell him to come downstairs. He says he accepts he could be facing 10 years in prison. But he's saying that 100 hardcore, they're prepared to stay, but not necessarily to fight. What they're going to try to do in this enormous university is actually to hide for as long as possible. What they were saying, though, is that there's virtually no water and no food in here anymore. As you can see, the conditions are pretty terrible. It has been pretty much destroyed. You may have seen over the last days that by the gate, which is a little bit away from here, that was heavily barricaded. That was all set on fire. So there were, over a period of last day or two, huge explosions.